Hello, all. I'm coming in to call down at Justice and Judgment. Down on the David, pastor of this Colt Coven Church organization. He's operating under false pretense of an evangelist. However, the same individual is practicing dark arts, deceiving the community. The same individual is working as a fraudulent justice of the peace, deceiving our community. This individual working alongside of his predecessors, Danielle Lane, who was also working with someone dear to me, Angela Torres. These individuals David has established a business online on the World Wide Web, trying to underline himself or under the illusion of me as an emperor, staging these false business profiles, trying to present these profiles as me, as the emperor, as stated. All the while they're running some sort of sex operation, selling and indulging in sexual energy, dealing with sex orientation for sale, but trying to deceive the community that this is something that I do and that I'm selling my body, when in reality these are all illusions. They're being fabricated to a narrative to fit their ideal profile. They're working, like I stated, alongside. David is working with his wife, Danielle Lane, this individual. Come to know me from playing online, Publishers Clearinghouse, where she was employed at some point or another in the earlier part of 2020 of May. I've come in contact with her. However, at some point she reached across the aisle to reach out to me, and we began communicating on Pinterest. At some point she stole or hacked into the database of Publishers Clearinghouse, stealing information, linking information to me, somehow getting in contact with me. At some point, like I stated, after receiving or leaking or hacking my information, she cloaked herself under my profile and stole my identity, stealing all of my winnings and earnings, at which time she tried to bring some kind of offer to me stating about a home that I had won and that she needed to deliver it, and she was the officer to do it. I knew it was an issue because Publishers Clearinghouse clearly states that you don't pay for prizes or anything of that nature. However, this individual was sure that these prizes could be delivered to me upon a certain dollar amount that she had established. I, in turn, went to my local Walgreens or grocery store, and I made purchase of Google app or Google prepaid cards, which I still have currently at this time, to send to her. In which time there was, like I said, communication going back and forth. I caught that there was something going on earlier on, and I backed down. I turned back from this situation, not wanting to really go into all the details on trying to get involved with her, because I knew with the timing, trying to communicate with her, she was off a bit in communicating, and only could really communicate with me during certain times of the day. If anyone is investigating this and looking into these messages and what have you, you would see in those timelines that, and keep in mind, you got to go back. This occurred maybe 6 to 7 life cycles back. So now you're going to come into the contrast of the communication that came about with this individual, with this party, or these individuals. At which time she was trying to go back and forth, stating to me that she wasn't involved with anyone or was not married or something to that effect. This David character, who had stolen $400,000 from me during the same period when I tried to establish a business earlier on, in the earlier part or mid part of, I would say the first or second week of May, was a coordinator online on Google who set my business up and defrauded me for $400,000. At which time he set up a false business operation, doing something totally outside the scope of whatever it was that I was trying to do. But me not aware, I was new to the market, and this individual at the same time routed bank accounts and money accounts to himself and his enterprise, his criminal enterprise. And as I stated with this Mrs. Lane, going back to her, she in turn tried to come to my city and present this offer down to me. She has sent over some documents to me to try to bear witness to that this was all legit and whatever it was all good. At which time they had cloaked my profile and hacked my phone at the same time, and the same information that they sent over to me, they hacked my phone as noted and went back and erased all this information out of my phone. Now, looking at the fact that they did this, I still have the phones, everything that all this stuff happened with. So there is some sort of electric body to this, some kind of profile, some kind of trail, a documented digital trail, as I would state, to all this occurring. But back to the messaging and what have you. She used all these messages. She stated first and foremost that she couldn't really communicate through Pinterest, so she would rather communicate with me through Google app. Google Chat. Let me say it right. Google Chat. So we start communicating on Google Chat. But as I stated, with the way she was acting, it told me a lot about she wasn't clear and free. She wasn't available. But I knew with her job with Publishers Clearinghouse, she was a traveler because she was a Publishers Clearinghouse official who delivered prizes. So I knew that she was a traveler, and I assumed that her job had her tied up a lot, and she didn't really have the free time to really try to take on too much. So at this time, as noted, she came to my city trying to present this information or this home or whatever, but it was a bigger part. It was a bigger plot in place because the two of these individuals, the David and the Danielle Lane, had already put in play their plan B. Their plan B, once they couldn't really get close to me or get Mrs. Lane to seduce me or put me in a sedative state of mind or get me comfortable enough to have their entourage come in and do their dirty work to me, to unalive me, so to say. They went to plan B. And the plan B was to make lustful sexual energy acts towards me, to try to come in with these notions to fulfill some kind of love, past life love affair that we had at some point in a past life, and that she had some sort of love interest at this time to try to advance towards me. Keeping in mind, by this time, these individuals had already created false insurance policies around my life. They had already created birth certificates, false documented death certificates, birth certificates, marriage certificates. I mean, you name it. They did it all. At which point all the plans went left and none of this was able to come together. So now all this has really been about cat and mouse. They're chasing this inheritance, something that was made out to me, and the bigger scheme of it all was Mrs. Lane, the Queen of Wands. Her overall goal was to keep this hitting. Her and her family was paid to do this to me, and it was a goal to keep me out of the loop on this money. Something about with this the family was paying this group of individuals, let's put it like that, all this together to bring about this death, to bring about all these illusions and narratives to unalive me, to, like I said, come into this fortune or this great wealth, this money. As I stated, this Queen of Wands and David, they created this false narrative to try to assassinate my character at this point, to try to deceive the people, to try to state that I wasn't really capable of providing for myself, that I was someone who was hurt or heartbroken behind Mrs. Lane's decision to move forward, to act as though she was in a relationship or wanted a relationship with me when she was already married to David. And she went on to try to sell this to the public. And like I said, at the same token, with these wish fulfillment, she kept trying to sell the world on. She had this emotion for me, but in reality, it was all a stage play to really try to keep me out of the loop. They really didn't want me coming out. I came out too far. They didn't even want me to be seen in the public's eye, period. All this I was supposed to be in the background, wasn't supposed to be seen. I was really supposed to be dead. And this wasn't even supposed to be this conversation. I wasn't even supposed to be having this video time with you guys today. But all together, this is all playing down, it's playing out. In my last video I just shot, it just wrapped up my ideal on all this. And the truth of the matter came out, and it was all about these two individuals. It was about, the truth came to be this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Cups. It was a Queen of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Cups and the let's see, get this together for you guys. It was about the Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I would like to say. Plan was to orchestrate this whole fiasco about some kind of business, when all in reality this was all a cover-up. This was all just a big cover-up. And the judge, everyone knew what was going on. This was the story that was sold to them. It was the Queen of Wands gave the emperor information on receiving money and photos that was given to the justice system. Photos dealing with some kind of lover situation, about lustful energy, something to that effect. This Queen of Cups recovered money about photos, someone dealing with paying for photos and creating confusion around this. Queen of Wands paying for photos was the truth. This was all the truth. She was involved and connected to the inheritance. This was all about a large amount of money, as I told you all. The Queen of Wands was doing the work. She did all the work online. Something about dealing with an online job under my name, under the Empress, running a business with this with this King of Wands, King of Sword, a business online and getting paid for photos under the Empress, or the Emperor, under the Empress, I'm sorry, on the World Wide Web, selling photos online. And it all has something to do with an inheritance and a large amount of money. Something to do with the Ten of Pentacles. In a moment of, they're now getting a moment of enlightenment. This Queen of Wands, or Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups or Queen of Wands is selling photos online, the World Wide Web, under the Emperor's name, under my name and account, under my name and false accounts for money. Now they're exposed. The truth is out. The truth has come out. Something about the Queen of Wands in the reverse is exposed for selling. This was all about, keep in mind the Queen of Wands about photos online. This is exposed about for photos online, and she's sad and upset. Something about the fool took risks towards a business that was created selling photos, and something to do with a relationship and walking away from a relationship. Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles in the past. Something doing with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and something to do with in the past. They didn't want the Hermit to find out about something to do with lovers and sexual energy, selling sex photos. This Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. This Two of Swords and the King of Cups. They use the King of Swords and the King of Cups to help them block this truth and hide the truth, and use the Emperor to do it. They also use the Emperor. The Emperor went and used the Emperor to do it, and went to the Emperor to keep this. They wanted the Emperor to keep this a secret under the they wanted to keep the Emperor to keep this a secret under the moon. What they did in secret. And now it's divine timing. The truth is about to come out. Something about someone being unstable. About me being unstable is someone making money doing sex work. And something about me not being financially stable. These two females here are selling sex, or something dealing with these two females here are selling photos on the World Wide Web. Something to do with sex, something to do with sexual energy. Queen of Wands and this Queen of Cups use King of Wands to hide this. Something about death ending, something about death and endings. Something about they use the moon. Something about messages to keep secrets from coming out. In this judge, as I told you guys, it was a judge involved. This King of Wands. Something dealing with the Page of Swords, who had, as I noted, it was two females here selling photos on the World Wide Web, something to do with sexual energy. And this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, they used this King of Wands to hide this. Something about death, ending and endings. They also used the moon to, in the Hermit, the Hierophant, to keep secrets from coming out. The judge, the King of Wands, something dealing with the Queen of Pentacles, as stated. Someone saying someone isn't healed. It was trying to say that I'm not healed and all that, and I'm not ready for a union, and all these messages and false narratives and illusions these people use. This Queen of Wands and this King of Pentacles used all this as a cover-up, working with a King of Swords. And they understood that, it was a new phase taking place, and they tried to use hidden cameras in my home, as I stated, after the watching, and looking and stalking. They were watching and looking and stalking, and working off hidden cameras in my home, not authorized by a judge, as I told you all, for purpose of use, to try to use this to bring me down and assassinate my character. And they gave all this information to officials and police and the Justice Department to try to defame my character. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it right there. The world just needs to know the truth. This is a Justice and Judgment call on David. And this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles. These individuals need to be where they belong, and that's in jail. Thank you.